We trust our eyes. We trust our memory. We trust the information around us. But can all of these truly give us knowledge? This question takes us into epistemology, the philosophical study of knowledge and truth. Epistemology is the branch of philosophy that studies knowledge. It asks fundamental questions such as, what does it mean to know something? What makes a belief true? And how can a belief be justified? In other words, epistemology is not only about abstract philosophy, but also about how we think, judge, and understand the world around us. To explore this, we must first understand the nature and conditions of knowledge. To understand knowledge, we must first look at its basic conditions. Traditionally, knowledge is understood as justified true belief. First, a person must believe something. If you do not believe it, you cannot be said to know it. Second, that belief must be true. A false belief cannot count as knowledge. Third, the belief must be justified. In other words, there must be a good reason or evidence for holding it. If someone is correct only by chance, that is not knowledge, but luck. If knowledge is important, then where does knowledge come from, and how do we approach it? Over time, epistemology has developed different schools of thought to explain how knowledge is gained and understood. Rationalism emphasizes reason. It holds that some knowledge can be reached through thinking and logic, independent of sense experience. Empiricism emphasizes experience. It argues that knowledge mainly comes from observation, sensation, and interaction with the world. Skepticism raises doubts about certainty. It asks whether our beliefs are truly reliable and challenges us to examine them more carefully. Dogmatism, in this context, suggests that some beliefs may be accepted unless there is a reason to doubt them. It explains how ordinary belief can begin without constant hesitation. Intuition refers to an immediate intellectual insight or seeming. It is often the starting point of understanding, although it may still need further reflection and justification. Together, these schools show that knowledge can be approached from different perspectives, each highlighting a different path toward truth. In epistemology, truth is a central concern, and philosophers have proposed different theories to explain what truth means. The correspondence theory says that a belief or statement is true when it matches reality. In this view, truth depends on facts. The coherence theory explains truth as consistency within a system of beliefs. A statement is true when it fits logically with other accepted beliefs. The pragmatic theory connects truth with practical consequences. It suggests that a belief is true when it proves workable, useful, and reliable in experience. Together, these theories show that truth can be understood in different but meaningful ways. In reality, knowledge does not usually come from a single source. It is formed through the integration of reason, experience, intuition, doubt, and justification. We think, observe, question, and evaluate before accepting something as knowledge. In this sense, knowledge is not a fixed moment, but a continuous process of understanding and verification. Epistemology is not limited to philosophy. It plays an important role in real life. In the digital age, we constantly face information from news, social media, and online sources, and we must decide what is true and what is not. Epistemology also matters in education and science, where knowledge depends on evidence, reasoning, observation, and testing. In everyday life, it helps us question misinformation, avoid blind belief, and make more thoughtful decisions. In this way, epistemology helps us become more careful, critical, and responsible thinkers. In conclusion, epistemology helps us understand what knowledge is and how truth can be recognized. It shows that knowledge is more than opinion or assumption. It involves belief, truth, justification, and careful reflection. By studying how we know, we also learn how to think more clearly and responsibly. For this reason, epistemology remains an important part of both philosophy and everyday life.
Here is our mind map for epistemology. In philosophy, knowledge is generally considered to require three conditions. First, belief, meaning you must believe it. Second, truth, meaning it must correspond to reality or facts. Third, justification, meaning you need sufficient reasons or evidence to support it. So, where does knowledge come from? Different philosophical schools offer different explanations. Rationalism argues that knowledge comes from reason and logic. Empiricism emphasizes that knowledge comes from experience and observation. Skepticism questions whether certain knowledge is truly possible. Dogmatism accepts beliefs without sufficient verification. And intuition suggests that some knowledge can be obtained directly through intuition. Besides the sources of knowledge, we also need to understand what truth is. The correspondence theory states that truth must correspond to objective reality. The coherence theory argues that a statement is true if it is consistent with other accepted beliefs. And the pragmatic theory claims that a belief is true if it works in practice and helps solve problems. From a historical perspective, human understanding of knowledge has continuously evolved. Starting from the Renaissance, people re-emphasized learning and human potential. During the Enlightenment, reason and critical thinking became central. Then, through the scientific revolution and the Industrial Revolution, humans increasingly relied on observation, experimentation, and scientific methods. In real life, we often need to integrate different perspectives, combining rational analysis, empirical evidence, and practical outcomes to make more comprehensive and reliable judgments. This ability not only improves our media literacy but also helps us make better decisions in law, business, and science. Therefore, epistemology is not just an abstract philosophical concept. It deeply influences how we think, judge, and make choices every